wanna spend my life with you all day. You say that you love me, is it true? You say I'm the only one that's all for you. Okay, make me feel away. Make me feel away. Shorty so damn dangerous. Fuck me like I'm famous, yeah. I've been so impatient. So glad that you made it, yeah. Took my dick and faced it. Shorty going crazy, yeah. Thought that you was playing, yeah. Told me spray it everywhere. She want me to take it. What you tryna do? Shorty said she like it red.
Yo, it's your boy JT.
It's your girl Ristique.
It's your boy Tim.
Reporting to you live at the Beauty Hub.
1102 North Rolling Road, Catonsville, Maryland.
No, that's right. Let's get into it. You know, we got the young fly Ristique here. She's on the girl here.
I'm representing for the ladies tonight.
Yeah,
Okay.
Time to get real spicy.
Oh, Lord. Spicy.
Real spicy. I got a question for both of y'all.
I hope you answering it, too.
Maybe.
Oh, right.
Crystal, you hear this?
Listen, can you get bored in a relationship?
Man, can you get bored in a relationship? It depends on the situation, man. I mean, it all depends on maybe like the expectations that you may have in a relationship. Because if you're expecting something from someone and they're not able to do it, or if you're not setting that from the beginning, then maybe, yeah, you could get bored.
Come on with the... You giving good answers
But
already.
Clearly, I'm not bored. I'm married, so...
Period! I think you can get bored. I think you get bored of anything. Like, I feel like life gets boring sometimes. I don't mean you need to, like, go out and do other things or nothing like that. But, like, I just think, life gets mundane. I feel like every aspect of your life gets mundane at some point. You just got to find different ways to switch it up so it doesn't get to where you...
Different outlets.
Yeah.
Different outlets.
What you think?
I feel like Instagram and Twitter ruin relationships. Only because they look and view these other fantasies, and then they bring it back to a relationship, thinking they supposed to live it the way it's supposed to live. So that's why they call it boring. So you can't even take a girl out to a movie and they say, "Oh, this is boring."
I think that goes back to setting that expectation, you know what I mean? Because sometimes what you see on social media or reality TV, that's not real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just people, like how they use, what's the saying? Do it for the gram. Bow Wow challenge. You know what I mean? It's clickbait. Likes, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I just don't see it. I feel like I'm like Ristique. I'm like in between. I'm like, yo, you can't get bored, but at the same time, if you set expectations like you said, I think you'll be smooth. But I just feel like nowadays people just jump ship so quick without even having a real reason why. And their main reason is like, oh, because he's boring or she's boring. And like, what does she actually do that's boring? And I just be like, they be like, oh, well, he took me to Ruth's Chris. So that's boring to you? Like, I don't know. Like, I'm just saying. I thought that was a 5-star jump off.
But I think also, like, what I've noticed, people, like, tend to, like, correlate boring with, like, calm, though. Like, just because, like, the relationship is calm. Like, it's not, like, a lot of drama and stuff like that. So they consider that to be boring because, I feel like a lot of people are used to trauma or used to, like, high magnitude relationships where it's just always a lot going on. So when there's not a lot going on and it's, healthy or it's like, moving at a steady pace. It's different. So they say that it's boring. When it's not really boring, it's just.
Then you got to know what you want.
Yeah.
Because do you want that drama, and all of that stuff? Because then when you get that, yeah, it's fun for the moment. It's exciting. This is a thrill. But then you're just like, all right.
This gets old.
Yeah, this getting old. You know what I mean? You want somebody that you can be able to just come home to and just chill out, vibe out, drink a glass of wine, drink whatever the case is, and be able to enjoy the evening. Or do you want to be able to, or do you want that person that's going to be standing on couches every weekend, you know what I mean, in the club and
I ain't got
all
the
of that
5.
stuff.
I ain't paying the 5 either. I ain't
And
paying
like
for
John
it.
said, I ain't paying that 5, and I ain't paying that 6 every Saturday, Friday, and Sunday.
Gotta find somebody else.
Exactly.
All right, let me change gears though. 'Cause I feel like this is good. Shots gonna be fired around here. Let me change gears though. Do you normalize ghosting people? Is that like that's like a necessity for you for your mental health or something? I feel like that's like a thing people do now instead of just telling people the truth.
I feel like I used to ghost people. I feel like naturally everybody probably has ghosted somebody in their life. But you know, I'm a healing girl. I'm in therapy, so I know how to communicate and say like, hey, this wasn't working, or hey, I'm not interested. No, thank you. All of those things. So, I mean, I ain't got nobody to ghost now because I mean I got a boyfriend. But before that,
So all of y'all that be asking on the podcast and
Oh,
Twitter
yeah.
and stuff like, she got a boyfriend.
sorry,
You're off the market.
She off the market.
Stay away.
please.
I don't know, man. I ghost my own family.
That's not right.
I ghost them.
You gotta set boundaries. I mean, I get the boundaries, but you gotta say something at least. I'll get back to you.
I don't know, man.
Cause I don't like to be ignored.
Yeah, I feel like ghosting is wrong.
I'm the ghost king. I'm like Casper.
I just feel like you just can't have an open conversation with somebody, just an honest conversation, no matter if it's going to hurt them or not.
Yeah.
As long as you speak your truth, I think you just lived a little bit better.
Yeah, I guess sometimes it depends on your situation that you got going on too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's true.
Cause
You
some
know
people
what
gonna
I'm saying?
overstep. Some people gonna overstep.
Yeah, so I think sometimes it depends on the situation that you might got going on, and sometimes you just really, I don't know. It just depends on the situation that you got going on.
Well, speak on like communication then, 'cause that's what we're all talking about. This ghosting, communication. You think communication is a lost art? I think so, but I'm gonna let y'all speak first.
My therapist said more communication is better than no communication.
Yes.
Over communicate.
I'm an over communicator.
I think I even communicate sometimes to my wife. I'm just like, man, I'm going downstairs to the mail room. You know what I mean? I'm going to the concierge to pick up this package. Over communicate, so that way it's just not any lost communication or anything like that. Especially when you're in a relationship.
Yeah. I don't know necessarily if it's a lost art, but I just think people have different ways they communicate. So I think that's what really makes it difficult for people to communicate because everybody communicates so differently. And so I guess that's where it kind of gets lost because you aren't or you haven't like quite learned how the other person communicates yet. So like you may be communicating one way and they communicate another way, but y'all on two different books, 2 different pages, and so it's y'all missing the mark on each other at the same time. But like I'm with Tim, I over communicate. I think like when you over communicate, it just removes like the confusion, the question, the wondering, the I don't knows. Because, you know, I don't like to feel confused. So like I don't want like my partner to feel confused or like what you got going on or
And sometimes it depends. You got to figure out what's the best way that you communicate and express that to your significant other. You know what I mean? Some people may be verbal. Some people might be sending a text message. Some people may be, you know, it's different ways of communication, but just making sure you put that out there from the beginning and say, hey, you know, what are your expectations when it comes to communication?
Yes.
Because this is the way that I communicate, and I want to make sure it aligns with the way that you receive things and everything. Like
Preaching today, my boy.
No, I mean that's really for real. Like, and sometimes even we have like even in those moments of trying to figure out those things, like even communicating that, like, okay, I know that I'm upset right now, but I really can't communicate fully how I know that I'm upset. So I'm gonna just tell you right now, like, I'm upset. Give me a moment so I can process and then communicate. Yeah. But I'm still communicating to you, so you're not. Well, what's wrong with her? Like, what's wrong? I don't know. Did I do something? Did I not do something? So you just
trying to figure it out right now because I don't even understand.
Facts.
I think it's what like. Well, I know that's what I struggle with, but also I over communicate, but also I have a hard time articulating myself to people too. So it's when I'm trying to tell them something, it makes sense in my head, but it don't make sense to them. So it's like the back and forth between trying to make them understand my side before they get upset or they feel like they just don't feel like they being heard. That's the situation where I feel like a lot of, I won't say men, but there's a lot of people go through as far as like, you made a great point as far as like getting to know your partner, understanding your partner, understand what they like, how to receive it, how to talk to them. Don't matter it's your tone, don't matter it's how you express it, your facial expression, because all that stuff means and matters. Don't matter. You might say one thing, but you might not know.
Expressions, boy.
Bad.
Oh.
Yeah.
Terrible. Terrible.
It's bad. Yeah. I'm sorry. And I don't even realize it. That's how bad it is.
Body language.
It's something I'm working on now.
I've been told that too, and I didn't think mine were that bad.
Yeah, I'm bad.
I've been told that too, that my facial expressions. But I feel like people also need to have like the patience, because the patience and the will to want to figure it out, and like taking the time to figure it out, because it's not gonna happen overnight. Like I'm sure even like you and Jessica are still trying to figure out different ways to like communicate, and y'all been together for a minute. I'm in a fairly new relationship, so it's still like, okay, calm down, hold on.
But it's like you said, just take that moment and just really be able, because sometimes you have these feelings and you don't know where those feelings are coming from. Right?
That's tough.
So it's just sitting there, just taking that moment, taking that hour, those 2 hours or whatever the case is, to help you come down to earth and be like, oh, this is why I'm feeling like this. Maybe because of this, or this triggered this, or this triggered this. And it'll help you be able to better explain or communicate that with your partner. This is the feelings that I'm having, and this is why. You know what I mean?
That's a good point, because you hit around the mark. Triggers. You got to learn your partner's triggers.
Yeah.
But y'all have to know your triggers.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Well, you need to figure them out first.
I don't know them.
Because it could be any little thing. It could be like, hey, John, I don't like the jeans you wearing, or whatever
tough.
the case is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's not true, because I told him earlier that them jeans was fire.
My jeans was cool.
They are nice. I like the
But
color.
it can be little things like that, but it can be something from your childhood that somebody might have said to you that made you feel some type of way, or whatever the case is. You know what I mean? So it can stem from childhood. Like, you know what I mean? A lot of things that we go through in adulthood, it stems from how we were brought up and the you know, just how we were raised, you know what I mean? And the environment that we were brought up in. And you just don't really realize that until you hit 25, 30 years old. You know what I mean? Like, that's how I was. You know what I mean?
I feel like people just don't figure it out around 20s and 30s. I think you just do. It's
It's always ongoing, yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Listen, we all work in progress.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So you just got to keep working.
I know
keep
I'm a
figuring things
project.
out.
Lord have mercy.
We going to pray for Tim.
Look, let me stop. Look. I can't even say nothing, because I know I be doing the most.
Listen, I mean, I'll be chilling. I just feel like I'm too nonchalant. So it's more so like if you.
But that nonchalant can be a trigger to your partner.
It is. Well. That's why you got to communicate. Listen.
Do you?
I do. I just like today's not the day. Like just let's talk. Let's just postpone this conversation till I get my thoughts together, so I can articulate and know how, so it makes sense to you. And then hopefully you understand. If you don't understand it, I gotta find ways so you can understand it. But what the real question is, are you willing to learn and to accept? This is me. Are you gonna accept it, understand it?
But how long you gonna say this is me? I feel like you only can say this is me.
Eventually you gotta change. I mean, not necessarily change,
for what?
but you got
some stuff.
Yeah.
What to say? I mean, you could change certain things, but what is she changing?
Both of y'all. I mean, it's not just a one person thing.
It's not about her. It's about you too. At the end of the day, because you wanna change for you. You want to change to make yourself better, right? And so that way you can understand the feelings that you may be going through and everything like that, and then be able to communicate that with your partner, so that way she can understand and realize some of the thoughts and feelings and trauma or triggers that she may have. Because sometimes the women, you lead them, you know what I mean, for the most part. So they're gonna go by they're gonna march by the beat of your drum, and they're gonna see you moving a certain way, and they're gonna match that same energy at certain times. Because if they see that you putting in the work, say, oh, damn, like he's really doing what he's supposed to do to make sure things working out as far as our communication and stuff like that. So now I really got to be able to do it. Now I got to really match that energy. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: so do you like when you do these so you do these changes and make these adjustments, do you want to get acknowledged? Say, hey, I see you doing you doing your thing.
I don't do it for acknowledgement. I do it for self, honestly,
All right.
because I'm learning myself during the process as well.
Yeah.
Things that I didn't know before, I'm learning now while I'm going through the changes. You know what I mean? Or trying to change certain things about myself.
I would say I want a little bit of both. I ain't gonna hold you. I like affirmations. I'm an affirmation girly, so like I do it for self too. But I also want to like know that you recognize, or that you. I just want to know that you recognize it. Like you don't have to say like you're doing a good job, or like I know. I just want you to recognize that I am like putting in the effort at least to work on X, Y, or Z. But then at the same time, like I want to work on X, Y, and Z because like if we work out, we don't work out. I want to know that like that portion of me or that specific thing is better for the future of whatever I got going on.
Damn.
Sound like you need to go to therapy, friend.
Nah, I don't need to go to therapy. I'm good.
I love my therapist.
I know both of y'all go to therapy. I know it works for
Yes.
both of y'all.
Every Tuesday.
Every other week.
I got a whole list for Erica. Erica been on vacation for 3 weeks. So we got a lot to talk about.
Shout out to Shakana for Milestone Counseling.
Speaking of milestone, we gotta drop a milestone for this commercial.
Okay.
Be right back.
That was kind of smooth.
Hey guys, it's your girl Janae, owner of phasebodybar located in downtown Baltimore at 924 East Baltimore Street, where we specialize in comfort waxing and intimate skincare. So if you're a girly that just loves hair removal, self-care, or just intimate skin waxing, come see your girls down at phasebodybar.
So do y'all believe? Oh, let me backtrack. Y'all ever heard of benching?
Like you benching like a player?
Yeah,
like on your
benching.
roster?
Benching the player. Like you put somebody on the back burner, your back pocket. Only hitting them up when you are lonely, or you only hitting them up when like you know you got it's no strings attached, but you don't see no progress with that person. You just use them, string them along and stuff like that. Do y'all? I'm pretty sure y'all heard of that. But I'm saying that's what benching is called, right? Have y'all did that before? I know y'all.
I never necessarily benched anyone, but I had a starting five
That's tough, Jordan.
back in the days.
Roster dating is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work, but you know, everybody served its purpose though. It wasn't like I was doing this with this person doing it. Like everybody had its purpose. Like, you know what I mean? Like back in the days, let me say, back in like 2012, 2013.
It seems like so long ago. Oh my gosh.
Like when I was living in Florida, yeah, I had a start. Like I had a good starting five. I would come home sometimes. I needed somewhere to go, somewhere to stay. So I said, all right, let me hit this person up. Mm-hmm. They ain't going to be expecting too much, just some time. I go out when I'm back home. All right, I can hit this person up. You know what I mean? When
I guess I had that too.
Yeah, when I go back down to Florida, this is when I was living down there full time. You know, I got this person right here going to take me out to dinner.
I'll take you out to dinner.
I wasn't making no money when I was living down there. So it's just like you gotta get in where you fit in, you know what I mean? And I think a lot of people, like a lot of guys, had that one person. It's like, all right, you ain't got had that one girl. It's like, all right, you ain't got to take care. I just want your time. And I'll make sure everything's taken care of.
Just do what you need to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. Did you ever bench people?
I don't know. I had a pass. But my past is no more.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying.
Obviously.
I'm just saying. Like, at the end of the day, like, I have a guilty conscience, so it's like I'm just saying. Like,
Hold on. Are we talking about past or present?
I'm just saying in general. Like, this is with me. Like, I just feel like I'm trying to get deep here, real talk, bro. Okay. I'm just saying, like,
you see
him moving in closer, right, y'all?
Yeah, I am because this shit just be
getting vulnerable.
because I feel like I don't be thinking about other people when I do like dirt. You feel me? Or nobody does dirt. You feel me? So it's like I want to tell the people that are getting cheated on or whatever the case may be. Like it's not you. It's like, you feel me? It's like it's really them. Their insecurities. They feel vulnerable. They don't know what they really want, so they try to use people outside of things to get what they want. They don't really